When my husband and I took over Healing Motion, it was out of a deep desire to protect our values and to write our own story. I saw how the physical therapy industry was changing around us and how therapists were struggling to enjoy work that they used to love, succeeding only through substantial personal sacrifice. I knew that I needed to find a way to change that narrative, and not just for myself, but also for other therapists around me who thought like I did and who valued the same things I valued. So we immediately sat down and reflected on what exactly those values were and how we could promote them in our business. And ultimately, what we ended up with was what we now consider to be our company's core values: love, growth, and grace.
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 Healing Motion's values of love, growth, and grace are expressed throughout the whole company, and you can see it from the top down.
Before I joined Healing Motion, I really considered love to be more of an emotion. But since joining Healing Motion, I've come to really better understand what love is, and that's an action. It's something to be demonstrated. We do that on the regular here.
I think HMPT lives out its values of love, growth, and grace pretty much every day in every single interaction.
It's through receiving every expressed thank you with "it's my pleasure," because it really is our pleasure to serve others. It's holding in-clinic supplies drives and fundraisers to benefit our local nonprofits. It's volunteering within our community. It's offering a down-and-out colleague a hug after her Steelers have lost for the umpteenth time.
We just love on our people. We treat others how we would want to be treated. And that goes in what we're doing in clinic, but also in our everyday life.
They ask, how are you doing in these areas every week, and get a chance to respond, to evaluate myself.
These are just a few of the ways in which Healing Motion really lives love out. And I really think it's our value of grace, that virtue of freely giving favor without expectation, without agenda, that allows us to do this. When you live love out through grace, the growth just kind of happens.
At Healing Motion, we just really have a passion of growing as a physical therapist, but also just growing our community.
Healing Motion does an awesome job of just not settling where you're at as a physical therapist. They want to make sure that you're providing the best care for your patient, but also for your own personal growth as well.
Everyone is driven and wanting to become better physical therapists.
We are really passionate about moving physical therapy forward in a way that it should be done.
I was attracted to Healing Motion Physical Therapy when I met the owners, Ashley and Steven, and their passion for creating a special company was very obvious. I also appreciated their focus on patient care and staff satisfaction versus just making the most money possible.
What attracted me to Healing Motion is their treatment approach. As a physical therapist, you get one-on-one care with that patient for 45 minutes throughout their whole plan of care, that there's no aides, there's no assistance, and that you're with that patient throughout their whole rehab process.
We get that one-on-one time, all 45 minutes with our patient, and every single thing that that patient is being recommended to do is by us as the physical therapist.
Healing Motion is different from other places that I've worked in that they really put patient care first. Healing Motion works with one patient at a time. It's very patient-oriented. That's why I got into physical therapy, was to help people and get to work with them one-on-one and get to know them better, and that's exactly what we do at Healing Motion.
They want to emphasize your strengths, they emphasize your passions. They make sure that the front office, the scheduling, knows what you're passionate for, what your strengths are. So when a patient comes in, you'll be seeing the patients based off what your strengths and passions are.
One of my favorite things about Healing Motion Physical Therapy and the team I work with is the sense of humor. The people actually enjoy each other.
We're really conscious of how we build our team, and we're selecting people to be part of our family, not just somebody to fill a seat.
It is truly a community and a family.
Healing Motion's always really not only tolerated, but really embraced my playful and at times obnoxious nature, which just makes for more fun and less stress at the office.
We have fun while we're at work. Everything from our instant messaging and all of the gifts going through.
We have long lunch periods, and we have a lot of funny stories just from hanging out in the gym, documenting together, exercise, working out together. We always have some joke going on.
There's shenanigans that happen at lunch. It's different every day. Sometimes we are practicing balance mobility challenges that we find on Instagram and failing horribly. And sometimes it's the clinic parties.
One of my favorite memories working here at Healing Motion is when we participated in Hood to Coast and we had multiple clinics amongst separate vans. I loved when we'd meet up in the middle of the night to do our exchanges and getting to know each other in such a unique environment.
Every year when we play our Christmas bingo, we actually pick out some things that we do very consistently, like leaving our laptop in the gym and not knowing where it is. And then we play bingo, so if you observe someone doing that, you get a bingo square. It is all very lighthearted and just things that we are all like, oh, yep, I do that all the time.
Ultimately, we understand that we have a profound responsibility to be good stewards of what we've been blessed with, and that's mostly our team. We want to give people a good workplace environment and opportunity to make more money with us than they could anywhere else.
What I like about Healing Motion's compensation and benefits package is that there is profit sharing.
At the beginning of the year, up to a certain amount, you can take those bonuses pre-tax if you pay them towards your student loans.
There isn't necessarily a cap on your bonus. You get rewarded for how hard you work, how well you bill. You get to see the fruit from your labor.
We feel like if we can love our team well, if we can give them opportunities to grow inside and outside of clinic walls, and if we can be gracious with them regardless of the circumstances, that we then create a very unique culture at Healing Motion.
When you look at Healing Motion Physical Therapy and you read about who they say they are, that's actually who they are. Each individual person is a person of love, growth, and grace.
It just feels really special to work here.
You feel really supported when you're here at Healing Motion.
I feel very fortunate to get to come to work each day doing something that I love with people who I love. You have to love where you work. You spend too much time in your career to not enjoy it. So if you don't, but you want to, you need to come and find me.